and welcome to episode 125 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell right by the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I also have so many links in the description box below, so I'll have stuff in there for things that I'm going to talk about today, pattern shops, social media platforms, Facebook groups, things like that. So definitely be sure to check out that resource. Like I said, it's loaded, and if you have any questions for anything that I discussed today, don't hesitate to send me an email or leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. So today is Friday, September 30th. It is the last day of September, which is crazy. I cannot believe we are almost in October. That's nuts. I feel like this year is just flying by. It's been crazy. And it is currently, let's see, what time is it? 7:30 something in the morning. Definitely just kind of rolling with it today. Schedule is all over the place this weekend. And I unexpectedly had some time this morning, and so it's not the perfect time. Nobody needs to know all these details, but I prefer to film in like the afternoon, mid-afternoon. The lighting is like perfect then, and it's not as perfect now, which is a little bit frustrating, but I honestly don't know when I'll get a chance to film again. So we're going to roll with it. We're going to jump on the opportunity, and I have lots of stuff to share with you guys this week, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I don't have any FOs for like way too many weeks in a row now. I do have a design FO, so I'll share that later, but I said this last week. I am hoping that next week the lack of FOs changes. I am trying so hard, but it is just a wild season of life, and I have not had time to create much lately. And what I have been doing has been on big designs, or I'm working on a commission right now that's a really big project as well. So lots and lots of big projects taking up lots and lots of time. But that's okay. Still fun. Still have lots of things to share. Just nothing finished as of right now. But with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some works in progress. Alrighty, so works in progress. I'm working on a couple of the same projects that I have been for a while now. I have a vanilla pair of socks on the needles, but I have not had any time to work on them lately. So I'm not going to be sharing those again. Hopefully next week. Maybe I should just stop saying that at this point. They will get done eventually. And then this sweater, I also shared this last week, and I'm not sure if I've made any progress. I don't really think I have, but I'll go ahead and talk about it briefly. I want to get this done soon, so badly. I just have not had the time to do it. But this is the Marjorie Pullover by Two of Wands. And I love it. It's going to be so cozy and oversized. I'm really, really excited about this project. I'm using Knit Picks Brava Bulky in the colorway Denim. And yeah, it's going great. It's going great. I don't think I worked on this week, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But I have the first sleeve started. The body is entirely done. I've got the hem, of course. It's worked from the bottom up, so that's been done forever. But I have that complete. And then I did the neckline, I guess, last week. And I did the tubular bind off that she recommended, and I think it turned out so good. It fits really, really well too. I typically would make the size extra small, but I wanted this to be like really, really oversized and really cozy. So I went up a size, and I'm really glad that I did. The differences are very minor anyways, but just a little bit more room in a size small, I guess, which is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted something really cozy and oversized to just throw over, like even just regular shirts, kind of treat it like a sweatshirt almost, for the fall and winter season. So that is the first thing that I'm still working on. Really, like I said, hoping to get this done super soon. We have actually, it's like a miracle. I'm not even kidding. It has felt like fall all week in Alabama, and it has been amazing. The mornings have been like in the 50s, and the highs have been in the like mid to high 70s. It has been incredible, and I wish that it would just never change. Unfortunately, this next week it is going to be a little bit warmer, but not too bad. I've fully enjoyed this week though in the weather. It has been an amazing week. No rain either. It's been incredible. Okay, so that is the first thing that I'm working on. And then secondly, and the only other work in progress that isn't a design right now, is actually a commission. So I don't do a whole lot of commissions. I just don't have the time for them. It's really complicated to figure out payment and all of that, and I just don't like fooling around with it, honestly. But this person reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in making this sweater pattern. She herself is learning to knit, but isn't quite at the skill level to make something like this, and she wanted to have it for the season, which I understand, and she already had purchased the yarn. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm excited about it. It's a really cool pattern, so it's going to be really fun to make it. The yarn that I'm using is Knit Picks Simply Wool. This is the bulky weight. I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to try, but it's like a really light kind of brownish gray color. And then with this yarn, it's 100% wool, 100% eco wool is what the label says. I've used Simply Wool before, and I really like it, so I think it's going to be really great for this pattern. Here's kind of what the yarn looks like close up. Yeah, it's just a really nice brown gray color. So this is the Miles Shirt Jacket by Ozetta. So I have never knit one of her patterns before. I had never even heard of this. And you're not going to really be able to tell what it looks like right now because I'm not far along at all. But I will link the pattern down below if you want to like look at a picture or something. So far I have knit both pockets, which will be attached to the body of the cardigan later on. So here's a pocket, which is basically just a rectangle of stockinette with a ribbed, what is the top called? It's not really a hem because it's the top of the pocket. I don't even know what the technical term for that would be, but it's got a ribbed top. What am I trying to say? I have no idea. I have both pockets done though. So that's the first thing that I finished. And then I started the body, and this is, I think, the back. And it's going great, but I have not had any time to work on it the past couple of days. So hopefully this will be worked on very soon. I'm working on a huge design right now that I'm so close to finishing. And as soon as that is done, I'm going to have a lot more time to work on this and finish the other sweater that I'm working on. But anyways, this is just the back. So I'm just increasing right now, which is what this edge is. And it's going really, really great. I'm really enjoying the pattern so far. It's not super complicated or anything. I'm in like a really mindless part of the pattern right now, which is nice. And yeah, I'm excited to see what I learn through making this project. Like I said, it's a really, I shouldn't really use the word cute because it's not, like cute isn't the right word, but it's a really just like nice, stylish maybe, sweater. And like I said, I'll link the pattern below if you want to check it out. Also, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast. I am working through a cold or something, so my apologies for the strange voice, but we're just going to roll with it because this is the only time I have. Okay, that is it for works in progress that aren't designs this week. But I do have a few designs to talk about, so let's go ahead and just chat about those for a little bit. Okay, the first design is something, actually let's talk about this first. So I released a brand new pattern this last week, which was the Hayride Beanie. I love this beanie so much. I'm so excited with how it turned out. You guys seem to love it, which I am so thankful for. Thank you to everyone who downloaded the pattern. I hope that you guys just really enjoy it. But yes, so last fall around this time, I released the Hayride socks. And they featured fingering weight yarn, but this same slip stitch color work stitch pattern. And I just love it so much. So this year I launched the beanie version, and I just love it. It's so squishy and cozy. I can actually put it on because my hair is down today. But yeah, here's what it currently looks like. This is what it's going to look like forever. It's not going to change. But yeah. I love it. I love how it turned out. If you're curious, I used Knit Picks twill yarn. The orangish gold color is called Gold Rush. And then the gray is Sea Salt Heather, I believe is correct. Yeah, and then just topped it with a faux pom-pom. I love it. It turned out so cute. And like I said, thank you for all of the support for this pattern already. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. If you haven't already, you can find it on Ravelry and Etsy as a paid PDF or free on the blog as just a blog post. So I will link all of those methods down below so that you can choose which one you want. But don't be intimidated by the stitch pattern. It's so simple. You're only ever using one color per round, which I love. It's so much easier to manage colors and yarns that way. But yeah, I really, really love this beanie. I just love knitting and designing beanies. I'm so excited to do more this season. They're one of my favorite things to make as a whole. And so it's so much fun to design them as well. Okay, next up, this blanket. So this has changed quite a bit since the last episode. So I have been working on this blanket. This is going to be the Efficient blanket. It'll be the latest design to join the Efficient collection, which is just a beginner-friendly pattern collection that features primarily the double crochet stitch. So far I have the Efficient wrap, tee, sweater, or pullover, and cardigan. And then this is going to be the blanket version. So I am so excited about this design. It's going fantastic. Yeah, I have just enjoyed it so much. So I originally had like a palette all planned out for this project. You know, I had checked gauge, like done all of the math, like literally everything was done. But once I actually got started on the project, I just realized that some things like about this yarn, the heavier the project gets, the more it stretches out, which is totally fine for like a blanket and things like that. But it meant that I needed to revamp the pattern a little bit, which is my plan to accommodate for that, because it was going to be so crazy long if I had stuck with my original idea. So I just decided to change it up a little bit, and I'm really glad that I did, because I really love how it looks now, and I think it's going to work out really well. So here is what it currently looks like. So last time you saw it, I had done the pink section, the entire pink section, and then the entire gray section, or mustard section. And I can't remember what I had done so far. I think I had started this gray section and I had stopped, because at first I was going to like make it narrower and this be the middle, and then do the other two big color blocks that I had planned. But as I kept thinking about it, I decided to stop at this point at the top and then actually go back and add that same amount of rows in the gray at the bottom. So now, I know it's so big so you can't really tell, but here's kind of what it looks like now. So I have this gray section, and then the pink, the mustard, and then this gray section up at the top, and now I am just working on the border. So definitely a little bit different than I originally envisioned, but I love it so much. I still love the colors. I feel like they play so well together and complement each other very well. And yeah, it's really exciting. So obviously for this sample, I did go back like to my foundation chain and just begin crocheting again. It is not going to be like that in the pattern, of course. In the pattern, you will start with this gray color, and then go into the pink, and then the mustard, and then the gray again, or whatever colors that you choose. It's also going to be super basic. Like, you could use a solid color, you could use as many or as few colors as you'd like, and just kind of play around with this pattern. It's going to be super simple. So, like, don't feel like you have to stay, you know, in line with the exact way that it's going to be written or anything like that. I definitely plan to make one on the future that has, like, more colors as well. So, anyways, it's going great. It is almost done. I just have to finish the border, and then it's going to be complete, and then this pattern will be released, and I'm super excited about that. I actually have a good bit of yarn, of this yarn in my stash still, because I was planning, I have like 10 skeins. Like, I was planning on adding, you know, 8 more balls of yarn into this blanket, and I'm not going to do that now. So I think in the future I'm going to be making a second one with those colors together, because I think that would look so cute. But yeah, that's that. So, I don't know, I'm just continually learning to, like, not be so uptight with a plan for a specific project, and if something needs to change, then not be scared to change it. Obviously, it's something that I've learned a lot about as a designer, but something that you continue to learn because I was excited about my original idea, especially for like the whole color palette, but this is going to be really, really cool too. It already is. It's almost done. And, yeah, it's going to be less yarn overall, so less of a cost to make, which is nice. Anyways, lots of benefits to leaving it exactly how it is, but very excited about it. It will definitely be finished next week, so stay tuned for that finished object. It's going to be amazing. Okay, and then next up, design-wise, I am working on a new dishcloth pattern that's going to be releasing this next week at the very beginning of October. This is going to be the Genesis dishcloth. So this pattern, the Genesis Messy Bun Beanie, was the very first pattern that I ever released and designed. And so since then, I have grown that collection. I have the Genesis beanie, the bulky Genesis beanie, and then the Genesis cowl as well, and now dishcloth. So this is just going to be a really basic, really fun dishcloth. Here's what I have so far. Yeah, I just love it. It's really simple. I love the mustard color. Most of the Genesis patterns have used a color very similar to this, and I just love it very, very much. So like I said, this is going to be released this next week. The pattern is like done. I'm just working on the sample right now. It's really simple. So yeah, that's very exciting, very nice. And yeah, that's about it, honestly. I am using Knit Picks Dishy yarn in the colorway Butterscotch, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, which is just the perfect mustard color. It's a little bit darker in real life than it is on screen, but it's at least close. I really love mustard with this color sweater, actually. Might have to make a cowl or something, but anyways. Love it. It's going great. Very excited to release this pattern. Of course, I love all of the patterns in the Genesis line, so I'm really excited to grow it a little bit this season. One day I will design like a Genesis sweater or cardigan or something. I don't think that'll happen this year, but that's definitely like in my mind on the dock for next year. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, and then two more designs to talk about. The first is a pair of socks, and these actually have grown a good bit since last week, which is exciting. I am further into the leg now, at least, which is a perk. So here is what they currently look like. I love this stitch pattern so much. It's one that I kind of came up with on a whim. And I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so cute for socks. So here's what these currently look like. I have the cuff finished, which is this section right here. And now I am just working on the leg. I am using Ruby and Rose's yarn. I believe this colorway is called Penny, but I don't have the label in here, so I can't confirm that. But it's just a really gorgeous kind of pinkish copper color almost. Lots of different tones in it as well, so it's so beautiful. And yeah, so here's my sock so far. Like I said, it's going great. These will be launching later in October, so closer to the end of the month, I think, is what I have in my mind right now. But yeah, such a pretty fall color. They're going to look so cute in, like, boots with leggings. I cannot wait. Yeah, really, really excited about them. And I'm using size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles. If you're curious, those allow me to get the gauge that I like for hand-knit socks. So that's what I always use, and they're going so great. So great. Alrighty, one last design to share, and it has been the biggest one this week. I have put so much time and so many hours, and I've had so many very, very late nights this week working on this project because I am trying to get it done this weekend so that I can do a tester call over the weekend and have testing begin next week. I am really hoping to release this pattern in November. I kind of talked about it last week. And like testing wise, I want to allow 6 weeks for that process. And so in order to do that, it needs to start next week. And I'm on track to do that. Like, it's just finishing the sample and getting a good picture to post is literally the only thing holding me up right now. So, and I'm so close to finishing it. It is so stinking close. So this is going to be the Arbor Pullover. I released the cardigan version of this last year in November. So this is going to be coming out a year later. This is, as you can tell compared to me, this is an oversized, just kind of bulky, cozy crochet pullover sweater. I have the entire body done. So I have a single crochet border placed. I have the neckline done, which is just single crochet and slip stitch. I know that you're not going to be able to tell super well. And then I have the first sleeve done. And now I'm just working on the second sleeve. And it is so close. I have like 10 rounds left, I think. And then the cuff. And then it will be done. So, like I said, I have put so much time into this. I was up until like midnight multiple times working on this week. And then up super early this morning working on it again. But I'm so close. It has been a crazy week. And so I just have not had time to work on it like I thought I would. And so I've been booking it the last few nights to see if I can get it done in time. And I think I'm going to do it. I was hoping to post on Saturday for the tester call. I think I'm going to be pushing that until Sunday. But besides that, I think it's still going to be able to happen, which is amazing. I'm so thankful. It's, it's hard to have like self-imposed deadlines in the midst of actual real deadlines that I have to uphold. But I'm trying to still prioritize this because, like I said, I'm really hoping to release it in November. So anyways, here's what it currently looks like. It's so cozy. I will definitely be wearing it next week to show off a little bit better because obviously it'll be done then. But yeah, and then really quickly, I'm using We Crochet Brava Tweed in the colorway Stratus. And it looks so nice. I really love the gray, and then it's got black and gray and white tweedy bits in it. So it's going to look so good with black leggings like this, but also jeans and boots. It's going to be a really nice fall sweater. So, like I said, so much time has gone into that this week, but I'm like so close to the finish line. I can taste it. Yeah, I am so close to being done. So, that is it, finally, for all of the works in progress and knit and crochet content. Yeah, working on lots and lots of things. It's kind of getting to the peak of knit and crochet season with, fall and winter, which is so super exciting. Summer can be really hard as a designer to just release patterns that are applicable to that season. So I'm very excited to be in these cooler weather months. But anyway, that is it for all of the uni content this week. I do have a little devotional that I would love to share with you guys, and then a bit of a life update. So let's go ahead and talk about those things for a few minutes. So for devotional this week, I wanted to share a song that I have been listening to a lot lately that a friend shared with me, and it just goes so beautifully along with what I mentioned last week, which was I talked about Romans 8:28, which is all things work together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. And that verse has just been something that I have been really thinking about and praying about and just believing in over the last few months. And so I kind of shared a little bit about that last week, and then earlier this week, I guess it was, a friend shared this song with me, and it was the first time I had heard it, and I have listened to it so many times since, and it's so good. It just like hits all the right chords, both in the song, pun intended, but just, in my mind, in my heart as well. I can just relate to it so much. It's so beautiful and such a really amazing song to just kind of keep in mind and to just really take in the lyrics. And so the chorus of the song, it says, you make all things, back up, it's called Canvas and Clay by Pat Barrett. And the chorus says, you make all things work together for my future and for my good. You make all things work together for your glory and for your name. And then, kind of another part of that same section of the song says, when I doubt it, Lord, remind me I'm wonderfully made. You're an artist and a potter. I'm the canvas and the clay. And I just love this song because I think it's such a beautiful reminder that we are beautifully made and created for such a beautiful purpose by our God, by our Creator. And in a way, we're the canvas and the clay, and if we allow him, he's going to form our lives and shape our lives and bring things into our life that help us fulfill the purpose that he's placed on our lives. And I feel like when we just sacrifice, our own plans and our own desires and hopes to fully align with his, the best and the most beautiful and the good things will happen. And then of course that's what reminds me of Romans 8:28. You know, all things work to good. All things work for good for those who love him. But then the second half of that I really love as well, and I think it's really important. It says, you make all things work together for your glory and for your name. And it's just a really cool reminder on how, you know, all of these beautiful things that happen, they're not for us, they're not for our glory, they're for his glory, and they're for us to be able to fulfill the purpose that he's placed in our lives and to give him the glory and the honor through it. Something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, how it's the fact that God is a jealous God. And I feel like, you know, so often, you know, especially like when we're kids, we were told, like by parents and those above us, to not be jealous of other people. You know, like I remember, you know, being like a kid thinking of somebody else's toy, and like I'd be told, don't be jealous of somebody else's toy, be grateful for the ones that you do have, or something along those lines. And obviously, you know, that's really, really important. It's important to not have a spirit of jealousy or greed. But at the same time, our God is a jealous God, and I believe what that means is that all the glory should go to him, all of the honor should go to him, because every single thing that's good in our lives points back to him. And that is such a beautiful thing, that's such a powerful thing, and by no means a bad or scary or like intimidating thing. So anyway, I will link this song down below if you want to give it a listen. Another part that I really love is, I know nothing has been wasted, no failure or mistake. Again, it says, you're an artist and a potter, I'm the canvas and the clay. And again, that line as well, you know, how even he can even use our brokenness, our mistakes, our failures, to bring glory to himself and to bring good into our lives. And I think when we're when I know, at least myself, something that I've learned a lot about the last few months is when I'm pursuing him first and seeking him first and truly striving to glorify him in all that I do, even if a situation doesn't turn out like I thought it would or that I hoped that it would, there's still so much good in it because I love him and because I am called according to his purpose, and because I believe that, I know it will be used. You know, that situation, even if it was a hard one, it will be used to benefit me in the future and to help me strengthen my relationship with him. So anyways, I could talk for so long about this topic because he's just teaching me so much through it, and it is just such an overwhelmingly beautiful season of life right now, and I have learned so much already through it. So in the midst of, you know, the busyness, it's so beautiful to just be able to sit back and to praise God for the fact that I get to do it alongside him and to give him the glory through it all. It is truly so beautiful and so freeing. But yeah, in terms of a life update, it has been a crazy week. It's been a long week. It's been a good one, a really good one, but crazy. Lots of work, and then of course trying to maintain everything business-wise on top of that in a busy season for that as well, obviously. And then my home church has an amphitheater kind of alongside it, and so we have a concert this weekend. So a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of volunteer hours have been going into that, and will be like today and tomorrow and Sunday when the actual concert is. So that is why I'm filming at 8 a.m. on a Friday morning instead of my usual time on like a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. But anyways, all about maximizing the time that I do have. I have learned so much about that over the last few years in life, and I will continue to learn it, apparently. But yes, I hope that you are having such a great week or weekend or whatever time of the week it is for you. I hope that you are having so much time to create and to use your hands and make beautiful things. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out all of the links down below. Until next time, happy making. Bye.